today we are going to be doing a cooking video. This is so exciting. I've been dragging on doing a cooking video. I mean, I cook every day. I don't know. It's been taking me some time, but here it is today, guys. As you can see, I'm by myself right now. The little DJR is sleeping, so I took it upon myself and thought it would be a great idea to do a video and show you guys what I'm cooking for dinner today. So today, guys, as you can see by the title, I am going to be making arroz con gandules y bistec. Now, in English, that's yellow rice and green peas. Green peas, green beans, green pigeon peas, and like juicy steak, I guess, with onions, you can say. Everybody cooks it differently. That's something I do want to say. Everybody cooks it differently. This is just my way, my version of cooking arroz con gandules and bistec. So without further ado, guys, before we get into this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, you guys, so the first step is seasoning your steak. Now the seasonings I use are adobo, I use onion powder, I use garlic powder, I use a little bit of olive oil, and pepper. Now, some of you guys are probably like, olive oil, what do you use olive oil for? So what I do is I season the steak first, and then I just put a little bit of olive oil, and then I massage it on all the steaks. I feel like it makes it, it gives it more of the flavor that I'm looking for in my bistec. So that's what I do. Also, after I'm done seasoning my bistec, I let it marinate in the fridge for probably like 30 minutes. And now that we got the marinated bistec, we're gonna go ahead and turn the stove on. I would say let's do 6. I usually do 6. And I like to use a shot glass. Well, a shot, I guess, plastic cup. And I would say a whole cup of the shot cup. You're gonna pour it in there and let the oil warm up. So I'm gonna leave the oil right here because we're gonna use it. So that is another ingredient you do use in bistec. It is vinegar. So I'm gonna leave that right there. Let it warm up. So while it's warming up, I'll explain a little bit. So the way I do it, I let it warm up, and then once it's warm, I'm gonna go ahead and cook the bistec. I'm not gonna cook it. I'm just gonna brown it. Okay. Once it gets brown, then we'll go ahead and put not a full cup because you don't want to put too much vinegar, but like a half of the shot cup of vinegar. We'll go ahead and pour that in here, and then water. So I always put my water last, just because you don't want to put too much water, and then obviously water is the most that you put. So I put it last, so I can kind of measure it by eye like that. Go ahead and get my little tongs, and then I'll go ahead and throw it in there. Now I'm gonna start lowering it because I don't want it to cook too much, as I said. One thing about the way I cook bistec, which I learned from my mother, is we cook it on low for at least like an hour 30 minutes. We'll see how long I end up cooking it, depending on how it looks. That's how I know how long I'm gonna cook it for. So we'll go ahead, let these get brown a little bit. And then once it's brown, as I said, we're gonna go ahead and throw the vinegar and then the water. Now another thing I want to say, I know some people do cook bistec with tomato sauce. I don't. Personally, the reason I don't cook it without tomato sauce is because that's not how my mom taught me. So I kind of just go with how my mom taught me, and then of course add my own little spice to it. So hopefully you guys can see how it's turning brown in here. I'm gonna show you guys, you know, I let it get brown, not too brown, but brown enough that it's like, you know, not pink anymore, obviously. And then, now that it's pretty brown, I'm gonna go ahead and add the vinegar, and then add the water. Now, one thing I do want to say as well is, me personally, I do not like to add the onion until like 30 minutes through. Once it gets to 30 minutes, I'll go ahead and add the onion in here, and then we'll let it cook for 30 minutes with the onion, just because I feel like it cooks the onion so much better when it's not sitting there for so long, and it tastes good. I like to eat the onion. Me personally, Denzel doesn't, but for me, I do. So now, you don't want to drown it, but also, when it boils for so long, the water is gonna go down, and I like to have a lot of caldo. So I kind of, like I like it to where I can still see the bistec, but it's, like that should be good. That's perfect right there, because you see I can kind of see, you know, the last one at the top right here, but it's not fully the last one. I totally forgot to add garlic paste. I just thought about it. I'm like, what am I forgetting? I knew I forgot something. Garlic paste is something you definitely want to put in here. So I just had to go buy a brand new one today because, as I said, I cook a lot, so I obviously use it. And I think that's perfect right there. I didn't like measure that, but I guess you just, you know, go by eye, go by how much you're making. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this in here. Now I'm gonna let it cook for the 30 minutes. As you can see, it's only 29 minutes in right now. After I let it cook, that's when I'm gonna taste it. I feel like, me personally, I feel like the flavor goes more in there, you know, after it's cooked for a while. So I'll try it then. If I have to add a little bit more adobo, I'll add a little bit more adobo, no problem. It's almost that time. Let's get started on the rice. So, okay, before we get started, let me go ahead and tell you guys the ingredients. So we're gonna be using Goya green pigeon peas. We're gonna be using Vienna sausages. You guys can use whichever peas or sausages you guys would like. I'm just showing you guys the ones I use. I put just a little bit of garlic and just a little bit of onion. You don't have to do that. Of course, that is your choice. I use this chicken broth, chicken powder, and I use this type of Goya sazon, and also Goya tomato sauce. Also, you guys, sofrito. Sofrito is key to Puerto Rican rice. Out here, we don't have no sirmac or, you know, I feel like in Chicago, there's a lot of produce places. Out here, we have like 2 produce places. So, if you live in Florida, I go to Bravo. If you live in Chicago, maybe Sirmac. Sirmac has good sofrito. This up to, I just turned on the stove. I want to let it get warmed up. I'm going to go ahead and put some oil in there. That should be good. You want to know how much oil to put? Depending on how much you're making. Let me see. I hope this is hot yet. See, I'm only making 2 cups, so I don't really put too much oil. You don't want to put too much oil. I should just put a tad bit more just because I'm making 2 cups of rice. So that should be good like that. Alright. You can go ahead and throw in your tomato sauce. Well, actually, I'm going to throw my sofrito in first. I'm doing 2 cups. Maybe if you're doing 1 cup, just do like a half a spoon of sofrito. I'll put just a little more. Sofrito. And as you guys can see, the 30 minutes is up already with the bistec. I want to go ahead and check my bistec first. And then we'll see if it's ready to add the onion. So let me go ahead and mix this up a little bit. It's not hot yet, so it's okay. That's right there. Yeah. See, I still want it to be more tender than that, so I'm gonna put it for like 50 more minutes maybe. 50, 60. Now I like to always let it sit and cook before I put the rice. So I'm gonna add my tomato sauce. I like to put water in my tomato sauce and just like, you know, swirl it around a little bit. I want to make sure you guys can see everything good. Okay, perfect. And then go ahead and put a little bit of water in there. Mix that up. As you can see, you guys see all these colors right now. Green, red. You're probably like, what the heck are you doing? I promise you guys, this is about to be heaven. So go ahead and stir that up in there. Now that that's all good and stirred in, we can go ahead and add the sazon. Go ahead and add the sazon. We can add the chicken broth. So we can go ahead and put a little bit of garlic. Not too much because it's rice, guys. You don't want to, you know, give it too much flavoring in there. Go ahead and put a little bit of onion powder. Lower it down a little bit. Ah! It's popping. See, this is the only thing I don't like about doing this is when it starts popping. But that's okay. That's why you go ahead and wipe that up right after. Because if you don't, sis, let me tell you, you about to have stains on your stove. Go ahead and put the salchichas in there. Now you can use whatever you want. You don't have to use salchichas. I personally like salchichas. My man personally likes salchichas. So I use salchichas. Sometimes I even use what is that called? Oh my goodness, why can't I think of it? Spam ham. I like to use spam. You can use salchichon. Everybody uses their choice of, you know, I guess like meaty, tasty stuff that we put in our rice. And salchichas is mine. So I like to use the salchicha juice. I always dump the salchicha juice in here first, and then I put the salchichas so that I can use the salchicha juice in here. Now I'm gonna go ahead, taste this, give it a little taste. Heaven. It tastes amazing. I wish you guys can taste it through the camera. Now I usually just let it stay here, cook for like 5-10 minutes. Let's go ahead and add the onions to the bistec. Now right now the onion looks big, but once it cooks, it will shrink. So let's go ahead and add that. I really dislike cutting onions, you guys. I'm that person that onion really like hurts my eyes. My eyes were over here tearing, making my lash all hangy. I'm like, sis, what is wrong with you? So go ahead and add the onion in there. You can, you know, put it under the bistec just so it can get in that water. And I don't know if you guys can tell from the video, but the water has went down so much. So that's why, you know, you never want to put too much or never want to put too little bit. It's about that time to put it in there. I use medium grain Puerto Rico rice. Over here in Florida, the options are so much more different than Chicago. So when I came, I tried this Puerto Rico rice. It was actually really good. So I'm like, all right, let's get it. This is the rice I'm going to be using. So a lot of times I go ahead and I wash my rice. Today, I didn't wash my rice in advance. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw my rice in here like that. So this looks amazing. I can see my beans cooked. I see my salchichas cooked, and that's how I like it personally before I put my rice. So as I said, I'm gonna go ahead and make 2 cups. I kind of like let it overflow just a little bit, just because me and Denzel eat so much, so a little extra doesn't hurt. Go ahead and put the 2 cups in there. Once you got your 2 cups in there, grab my mitten, make sure it's recording. Okay. Then go ahead and mix that up. And as you see, once you mix it up, like it gets all the, you know, color. I just go ahead and add some water. And what I like to see is, obviously, you know, the rice, the water going in there, but I don't want to see the rice. You know, I want to see the rice, but I don't want to fully see the rice. You know, kind of what I said with the bistec. So hopefully you guys can see. I'm going to pull it a little more this way. Of course, you guys can do it however you please. I personally think that when I turn my rice every 15 minutes, it doesn't get stuck to the bottom of the pot, you know? Especially when I'm cleaning it. It's so hard to clean rice that gets stuck at the bottom. So I like to, I'm gonna add just, let me see, just a little more water, just a tad bit. Just because I can see it, you see, I'm literally adding a tad bit. It's crazy that a tad bit could make a difference. And I'm doing that just because I can see the rice, but I want it to cook in the water a little more longer. I think that's good. Yep, that's perfect. So, while I'm letting it boil, I like to move it around every couple minutes just because, as I said, I don't like it getting stuck to the bottom. So just go ahead, let it boil. You want to keep an eye on it. You don't want to just go sit down and leave your rice cooking because then you can burn it. But as you can see, the more that I stir it, the more like thick the rice gets. So go ahead. You could cover it if you want. Me personally, I don't really like to cover it unless it's popping like crazy. The rice should be about ready to be sat here. Oh yeah, perfect. So look at that, guys. As you can see, look at how much more thicker the rice is now. So you see it's kind of a little watery still. I'm gonna let it sit here just a couple seconds. Because it's still a little watery. I want it to get, you know, cooked in there. Alright guys, so that's perfect. Once it gets like that, the juice, you know, gets evaporated in there. I hope I used the right word, whatever. Once it gets like that, you can go ahead and turn the stove on low. Now that it's been 15 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and stir the rice. So you always, I'm gonna go ahead and now, I'm gonna use this spoon. I like to stir with this one better, I don't know why. But you always wanna start from the bottom up. Bring it up. So I always scoop it from the bottom, turn it up. Right here, this part I didn't really get, so I'll scoop it from the bottom, turn it to the top, and then all the way through, you'll do the same thing. Scoop it from the bottom toward the bottom, bring it to the top. So that all of the rice gets cooked, you know, from bottom to top. You want to go ahead and bring the bottom that was already getting cooked to the top. And then I go ahead and I just, you know, even it out. Make sure that it was stirred fully through. As you guys can see, it looks amazing already. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give it another 15 minutes. As you guys can see, this is the finishing product of the bistec.